Today I'm going to be looking at my CGI He-Man and the Masters of the Universe collection. We're going to be thinking about it. I'm going to try to remember all of the things that I don't have and the things that I do have. This has come about because I just scored these two at a TJX. I don't know which one. I think it's winners. Marshalls are winners here in Canada. We have, I don't know how or why these have shown up. When they showed up, it was at the one across the street from where I live, and I was so excited because this is one of the missing sets that I wanted so much. I wanted a redeco of Trapjaw so badly, and actually I didn't realize this is like Disco Skeletor from the 2000X line they reimagined. This is kind of a short-lived Masters of the Universe series. I assume that the series is over. I mean, there's always possibilities on Netflix for them to return or something, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. I think this is over, and I do want to talk about the things that I'm missing from this series mostly, despite getting two new things. Oh yeah, what I was starting to say was that I found these across the street and I was like so excited, but then the way that an off-price store works, at least here in Canada, I'm pretty sure it's the same, they divide up the stuff. So stuff that you get at one store, you're going to get other selections of those same things. So I was hoping to find the Man-at-Arms and He-Man one. You can see the He-Man version with his tricycle kind of, or motorcycle, or whatever these things are. But there's also a Man-at-Arms one. But I went around to all of the other off-price stores in a, I don't know, 20 kilometer, 40 kilometer, however far my bicycle would take me, and I never spotted one of these, not even one of these. How was I so lucky that they showed up at the store across the street? Now, one of my most wanted, coveted Masters of the Universe items that I have not been able to find is the Moss Man from this line, and he just never showed up in Canada. And when I look on eBay, it seems like all of the sales for this item, which I think the prices are quite high, they were the last time I checked, they're all coming from Australia. So I think all Australians got that wave. There's also a Skeletor in that wave that I don't have, that I need. One day he might show up at the dollar store. I don't know. Especially the dollar store in Canada. Mattel Canada is one of the major distributions of the world, I guess. There's a huge warehouse. You can see on the back of the packaging, it is often said Mattel Canada, Mississauga, Ontario. It is written on the back of most toy packaging. So yes, in our dollar stores, Dollarama in Canada, we see amazing things show up, especially now that they've put the price, the minimum price up, or the maximum price up to $5. So we do see other things. These could show up there for all I know. But I'm going to hold out. I'm not going to turn to eBay or anything for these missing things. There's also a castle that I don't have, and this is what I do have. Opening these large sets is a problem. I just opened up Stridor and Night Stalker. I don't know where to put them. I mean, I can put them in bins like this, and you can see that there are some ride-on beasts in here. Let's see here, what do we got here? Oh yeah, there's another one of these. So there's a He-Man version of this, but I wanted to get this one there. Yeah, they like the off-price stores, certain waves, certain cases only go to some stores, and then another case will go to another store. However, in this instance, I think some boxes, some halves of the wave went to Australia, some halves went to Canada, some halves went to the United States. So different countries got different things. Anyway, so the Skeletor that came with this beast, if I'm not mistaken, it was this guy, one of my favorite Skeletors of all time. because of his solidness. And then He-Man in translucent yellow, one of my favorite He-Mans of all time. But I think there's also another deluxe Skeletor. So this is monstered out, powered up Skeletor. I think that there's another one who's even more monstered and powered up. This is my deluxe and redecos. Are there redecos in there? I don't know. We're gonna have to reflect on that in a minute. But the video mostly. Did I say I don't have the castle? I need to get the castle. The castle's huge. I have the sword. I'm not going to show you the sword today. This was one of the play sets that they had that doesn't work. Its feature doesn't work, but it still looks cool. Like, it's supposed to do something with its jaw. I bought 2 of them, and I thought one was broken and defective, but I think the second one that I bought worked exactly the same. So I think it doesn't work. You can check out that review, but it looks really, really cool. And the thing about these vehicles and everything, these are still 5.5-inch figures. They're just this weird CGI style that's so odd. So the characters are so different from what we know, but they're a hunky, chunky figure, and that's what's important. And they're made by Mattel, and what more could you ask for in a toy? Yeah, this is pretty cool, but creepy and weird, and definitely a 2000X connection. I guess because it is more modernized, and yeah. But let's open up these 2 packs. I guess let's open up the Trapjaw one, because I am super excited to compare and see how different he is. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I don't know what I'm going to do with these when I open them. I've got Stridor and Night Stalker just floating around in my room because I'm trying to clean things up. I'm trying to have less stuff. So I'm going to get this out of the box. Do you struggle with opening your toys? I kind of don't know if I want to save the packaging or not, so I like to be careful. But also, I want to do it on screen in front of you. The Moss Man looks so nice, too, from this line. So, Moss Man, He-Man on some kind of a weird creature. I think a deluxe powered up Skeletor, if it's not the one that I have. I think there's another. The castle. Did I say the castle? The castle's so big, though. That's so scary. I like how easy these boxes came apart, though. Okay, I think that's everything. The sad part is maybe I won't even cut this out because I want to take my time and do it. You'll be able to see on the other one, but we have a lime green version of the Hook. Now check out this vehicle. Look at the muted colors and everything. It's all muddy, and I call this like gas station green, gas station blue. So good. Look how good his hand is fitting on the handlebars. So then we have some faux tank wheels, and then we have one working little wheel. I guess we're going to get some scratches going on the bottom here for it to drive across the surface. His foot is also dragging. Oh, I see. He's got some little heel holders that keep his hand in his stirrups, kind of thing. And then it's just like this circular rotating kind of wheel within a tank, and then all of these other jet details and stuff. It is a good looking toy. Really like the colors. Let's take him out of it. Cool how they did give him, you know, one hand that can fit on the handlebar, yet he's got a special hand, which I think once you put that thing in, you're not supposed to take it out. Again, I want to be careful with this packaging because I think I want to keep it because I like it. That's the cast I need. Is there a cross-sell on the back of this or anything? No, just, well, there is, yes. There's the Skeletor one that we're opening today. Nothing different. It shows you his feature. Oh, it shows you that he's got a swivel, a punch waist. And yeah, and then it shows you that there's wheels for it to drive on. And this is called Roll into Battle. Power attack, pull and release. Oh, that's something that, good thing I actually read. Oh. It's not pull and release. Oh, maybe this is pull and release. His waist is pull and release. All right, let's look at him. Did I throw that away? Yeah, I better find him in here. Let's see here. Let's go on. Where is he? I don't think he came with an extra accessory. How am I supposed to remember that? I think that was his extra accessory. Even though he does have a holding hand. Oh, I like the Redeco even better, which I thought I would. They took away some paint, which they often do in Redecos. See, his belt buckle is painted. I like that. I like less paint apps. I know that's an unpopular opinion. It's been so long since I looked at one of these figures. Nice and rubbery. I don't remember these things at all. Rubbery loincloth. Look at the great color combinations on him. I love him. I love this fluorescent green, yellow, slime green that they incorporate in here. And then I like his big black boots. Oh. This shoulder pad is not falling down. Maybe it's because of the vehicle had him in a pose, so it put his... Interesting. This one is really clamped down to the front. It does look better like that. This looks like it is just coming off, but maybe it's, oh, it could be, it's just the position of his arm. Oh, it is just the position of his arm. It's supposed to move around. I just have his arm pushed back really, really far. I think we have to cut out his hand accessory. Check out the bike without him sitting on it, with the handlebars and this circular, very, very space age, very like, it looks like he can go through a portal with this. It looks like a kind of a time machine. I guess it's because it has a ring and infinite and the padding on the seat, and I just love. I just dropped him on my stop record button. I don't know how I'm going to edit these videos apart together, but I'm gonna have to figure that out some other way, an extra step in my video making process. But nonetheless, this video, I'm not gonna start recording that whole first part again. So here we go, and we're opening up Skeletor. Now that we looked at him, I guess that was my sign not to take time opening this, or maybe I can take time opening this. You know what, I guess I'm going to do it. Let's see. Could I get a bigger pair of scissors? To edit things on my computer, I have to do it offline. I had to upload it to something, and then, but we'll do it. All right, so this snaps into place. That's not coming out once you put it in. And so there he is in his two different forms. I do like how this is all black. See, again, I don't like as less color as possible, but I guess that's not true. Green and red are complementary colors, so we're popping over here this slime green that goes through this mechanism, and it's a blaster. It's all swing waist. They got this like this bobble ab joint, which is kind of cool, and these are very, very cool. He's a really cool character, and he's hideous. Look at his teeth. Look at his face. Yeah, it kind of makes more sense that his skin is matching his face, opposed to having this green face and blue body. Like, what was up with that? That didn't even make any sense. And then he has gray legs. This is why I like him, the consistency of his body color. And then he just has this robotic, translucent, or it's not translucent, fluorescent arm, which matches the wheel on this Skeletor vehicle, which is easier to cut out. And then, oh no, his Havoc staff is trapped inside. I don't think it's a different color from any of the other ones that we have. The cross-sell on Skeletor is advertising the He-Man one that we don't have. I think I have a friend who has the other two vehicles, and he doesn't want them. So I think he wants to give them to me. So we'll try that. Unless I find them here. Because finding them and paying that's the best part. Alright, so I was going to pay like $30 or something for these. Because that's like the price. Like if I ordered them from the States or something, plus shipping, well, after shipping and import fees and stuff like that, it'd probably, because they are pretty much on sale on place. You can find good deals, I think, like on Big Bad Toy Store for these. But these were $8, so I would prefer to find them in store here. Because that's cheaper than shipping. Shipping in Canada is like $30. All right. Back of the packaging, again, that castle that I need, and maybe this Havoc stuff is going to be the exact same color as the ones that we already have, but it is really cool and stylized. Look at the face. That face is used throughout this line. It is hollow, unfortunately, on the back. We don't really like that facadeness, but we do like this Skeletor, which, check out the face on this vehicle, check out the face on Skeletor, check out his fluorescent, like, robot hand, which seems to be a theme in this line, and he can use both of his hands to hold on to the bike. Again, this bike does remind me so much of the 2000X stuff that we got out. We have a little paint seat protector. It was nice that they did that for the packaging, but what happens in real life? Maybe they shouldn't paint the seats. This one is definitely more of a tricycle. It does really look like 2000X. Oh, these little added pieces are rubbery. You can move the fingers. I like that. And and there's some movement, some articulation to these handles for getting the right grip. And I guess other characters, that would make it easy for them to ride on this as well. We get this classic bird head, like from the original Masters of the Universe. Definitely an homage there. I like that, like this soaring falcon that they used to do. And then that beastly face on this tricycle is so crazy. And then again, he's got this spring, ab crunch kind of thing happening. And he is kind of done in the disco Skeletor kind of way, which, you know, I love. He looks really, really cool. Again, well, his face isn't the same color as his body, but he does have a skull face, so it does kind of make sense. His loincloth is unpainted. Perhaps we do have to grab another Skeletor. I think in the TV show, the Netflix cartoon, if I do remember correctly, the hand that was holding the Havoc staff is the one that got eaten away and bony because he was holding it into some kind of power light or something. So I think that is the correct hand for him to hold his Havoc staff in. They do have tiny heads, but they're quite hunky and chunky, even though there are some thinner proportions. I like a chunky thing. Oh, and I didn't even talk about the articulation. We've got angles going on here. We've got hip joints. We've got twisting wrists. We've got twisting arms that aren't on ball joints or movable. They only move around and around. And then the head doesn't move on this guy. What do we got going on with Trapjaw? His head does move a little bit, not that you'd want it to. His arm just goes around. This one too. His legs are on these ball joints again, and there is no twist at his ankle, but there is one at his wrist. And then there's this one, which is like, what is this monstrous claw hand? It's cool. All right, Skeletor. Right here, nothing beats a translucent arm. I think this was a special 2-pack Skeletor. Very cool. And this was the original Skeletor, and you can see his color scheme is much more congruent to his original form. But, you know, something I do like how they painted his hand almost the same. That's kind of cool how they put them all together. Like, he does look more like a solid figure. There's more color craziness going on here. Again, they took away the color details, things that people don't like. Look, they have his unpainted neck. That does kind of, I do like this. They didn't even paint his eyes in his snake chest plate. He really does look like there was a 2000X snake armor Skeletor that he looks very, very much like too. But there is definitely a cool color scheme, and it does appear that the Havoc staff is a different color too. How am I going to keep track of which Havoc staff went with each Skeletor? This one does match the color of his snake on his chest, or this weird insect head or bat head or whatever it is. Like, what is that? It's kind of like a horde skeleton, creepy. Yeah, they've got the weirdest thing. Is that a snake teeth on his belt? Who knows? These are cool. These are awesome. Am I gonna look at the rest of the collection? Are we gonna? I guess we can look at some of them. We'll have to do an overview. If I get Moss Man, then maybe we'll look at the Heroic Warriors. We'll just look at these main ones there. So we've got Skeletor, and we've got Hordak, which is, he's really thin, so weird. It looks like he belongs to some other line. She-Ra, big announcements for She-Ra at San Diego. We're going to find out more about her. This is the Sorceress. Is it Tila? All the cartoons are blending together. Is Tila and the Sorceress the same? And this, I think that's the truth. And then we have Merman, who looks so different. The last wave of these came with pets, which I thought was amazing, which also doubled as like armor. Manny Faces looking different than he ever has before. We've got this beast. We've got this beast. I'm missing the He-Man beast like this, which I've mentioned. I want to show you the directions. We've got Orko looking all strange but cool. This is my favorite Orko. Turning Orko into a robot rules. Yeah, I do like him as a robot, and I've never liked Orko. I don't even remember opening this right now. Looking at it, it's like a new figure to me. He's a really cool. He's really sturdy and kind of chunky too, which is great. This is He-Man with some powered up paint on his arms, and then this version of Skeletor with the translucent arm is amazing. This is my favorite He-Man. People called him P-Man because he's yellow, but he is translucent and yellow and powered up, and look at his white eyes. He's just so freaking cool. I've got 2 of him. He was in I put another version in my deluxe set. This is, I think, the main version of He-Man right here. Yeah, this is like the single-carded version. And then here is Man-at-Arms, which I'm interested to see what the redeco is him on his tricycle. So you can get him on a motorcycle with, the translucent pops are incredible. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched the cartoon. I don't even think I finished watching it. Another version of He-Man. I thought I put the deluxe ones in different places. I love these shoulder pads with the what do you call that? Lion on them. The sword is kind of cool too. I can't complain about the giant sword. They gave us a Prince Adam. They changed the sex of 2 of the characters. Ram-Mam is a girl now in Mesquite-Ra. Mesquite-Or is a female character. And then we have Triclops and Evelyn looking thin but creepy. Her eyes are super creepy. And Stratos looks really, really cool too. And then we have these hover robots and blasts and squid things. And these are just the accessories off of the figures. This is a really awesome scepter that the sorcerers came with. Very cool. So many great items. Mesquite-Ra is missing a wing. Cool. Look at the texture on the back of this. Really creepy. Oh, she looks like she's from Battle of the Planets. She looks like the villain from Battle of the Planets. Alright, that's a little bit of the collection. I could show you my favorite Skeletor that's in the other box with some of the deluxe figures, but we have to get more of these things. I do have the power sword we could open. Maybe one day I'll get the castle. I gotta get my hands on that Moss Man and the Skeletor that comes with this little pet that looks very much like a mini version of this, I think, is his pet. So yeah, like I said, the last wave comes with pet. So apparently, oh yeah, and I think that Mossman has a falcon, another bird, I believe. Anyway, this is a great collection. Short-lived, I guess you could say. I mean, there's substantial collection of toys here, which I like them. They're hunky, they're chunky, they're Masters of the Universe. Happy MOTU Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then.